What if I told you that someone just sent me some very interesting images of a Ram TRX testing in Michigan with manufacturing plates? We all know the Ram TRX is coming, but the main question is, what will it look like? And I got pictures of this mule and actual video of it, so we're gonna talk about that in this video right now. Okay, I'm over 50,000 friends, and the 52% of you guys who watch these videos haven't hit the subscribe button. Help a butter out, help me reach that next echelon of 100,000 subscribers. So let's get right into this video, because the Ram TRX is definitely one of those vehicles that I love oh so well. Let me get the light shining on this key. I'm eagerly anticipating its return, and hopefully it's a lower price tag, because with no more cafe fines and hopefully no more carb fines, now Ram should be able to offer this Ram TRX 2026 version for a lower cost than the 2024 version was. And I say this because Dodge basically shocked me at Roadkill Nights, where across the board they dropped all the prices of the Durangos and the Charger, which I was expecting to be more expensive than the actual Ford Mustang. It's actually about $5,000 to $10,000 cheaper than this Mustang equivalent. So for the Ram TRX for 2026 model year, I am expecting the same thing. Fingers crossed that my dear friend will make the TRX less than $100,000, and hopefully a lot less than just saying $99,999. But let's get right into this photo of this mule that my dear source has sent me. So you've seen that and you heard it. It looks just like a regular bone stock Ram TRX, right? It's like nothing really unassuming, but this is a source that I've talked to for a while, so I trust what he's telling me. And it looked like from what he was telling me that he was driving down the highway in Detroit, Michigan, and just a regular looking TRX came driving past him. But then he noticed on the license plate that these are manufacturing plates. And I was like, that is very interesting, because there's really no reason for a 2024 looking TRX to be driving around Michigan still on manufacturing plates, because even with the press vehicle that I have of the Charger Daytona, it has like regular Michigan plates, not manufacturing plates. So I'm going like, there must be something more to this story from what he was telling me. So I'm going like, yeah, I think this right here is basically just a mule doing testing for Ram, basically incognito, because officially the TRX is not coming back. Ram has never announced it. There's all speculation. There's no supercharged HEMI truck coming for the Ram. But unofficially, me and TK's Garage, for months, we show you guys documentation, actual proof, rather than just guessing, actual proof from documents internally that the TRX was coming in Q1 of 2026. We were the first ones to put a date on it, and then you had other people finally get the same information that, yeah, TRX was coming Q1 of 2026. And also, unofficially, Antonio Filoso, the new CEO of Stellantis, he let leak, and I think it was like an earnings call that, yeah, that Ram's gonna return back to profitability, and they're gonna basically have the Ram TRX lead the charge to help them get back on track, because Ram lost like double digits in sales pretty much the first year without the HEMI V8 in there and without the TRX. And the TRX is a very, very important model for Ram, because I think part of this surgence for the last like 4 or 5 years was because the TRX was in production and it brought people into the showroom. The Hurricane engines, to me, are not it. They're not going to bring butts in the showrooms, right? And so this right here, I'm thinking like, yeah, they're just Ram testing a TRX without having people really pay attention to it, but pay attention to the actual plate. I'm like, yeah, there's definitely something with this. And just looking at it, is no real changes to it. So I don't see Ram testing like 37s, anything like that. I mean, they could be testing like a new suspension or whatever. They could be testing the architecture, because the HEMI V8, for one thing, was never really designed to be inside this new Stellantis Atlantis architecture. And then it has changes with the actual Hellcat version of the HEMI in there. So this could be them testing the architecture and the engine. So whichever one it is, this is definitely great news that this vehicle is actually running around and doing testing. So, but I do have to actually wonder why in the world are they still using a 2024 TRX body? Cause that's look like to me like a 2024. Because I've had people within a Sterling Heights assembly plant tell me that they have over the past couple weeks have taken 6.2 liter supercharged HEMI V8 engines and put them inside RHO mules and had them basically go through the whole assembly process, drive off the line, and then that was it. So I'm wondering why in the world this is not a RHO mule with our actual RHO body, because from what he'll tell me, there's like the old school TRX look to it, especially the front end. And looking at the tail lights, I'm going like, yeah, those tail lights are from the old TRX. Because the RHO and them have the newer style tail lights where they're all like a bright red housing. So I knew just from looking at this video that this was the old version of that body. So that's what I'm thinking. This right here, basically just like an advanced prototype that's basically testing something in here. I mean, could it be testing a new architecture? Could it be testing a new suspension or something? Could it be testing a more powerful engine? Don't know, just from these videos and stuff, but this is very exciting that there is some kind of TRX on the road testing right now with manufacturing plates. So that must mean that we're going to see a TRX sooner rather than later, especially an announcement for one. I know just from what I'm hoping that the TRX is going to have a couple of changes when it comes back. I hope that has some kind of difference in the looks between it and the RHO. But like I just said, I had people within the Sterling Heights assembly plant tell me that it basically looks exactly like the RHO. I'm hoping that my dear friend Tim Knissis will basically make the RHO and the TRX look a little bit different. Maybe a new hood. I don't know, maybe different changes in fenders, different lights, something like that. Something real subtle to where they can basically have kind of like a little differences between them. Like, I just hate the fact that if they're gonna look exactly the same, the only way to tell the difference between them on every single truck is basically gonna be the badge on the hood, because it's either gonna say Hurricane or gonna say supercharged HEMI V8 on there. And then with the bed is an option to get the sticker on the bed. So if you get the non-sticker package, you're basically gonna have only the hood option, or the hood to tell you whether or not this is a TRX or to go on RHO. So I'm going like, I wish there's a little bit changes, but I can understand it if there is really no change between the two models, because the TRX was never going to come back. And it wasn't until maybe December, January, the decision to bring that vehicle back with a V8 engine in there, supercharged, I might add, probably didn't happen for like, to like January. So maybe this is 8 months. So I don't know how long it'll take to redesign a hood for a little subtle little changes and stuff, but I just hope there is some kind of way that they can basically make it so that RHO and TRX has differences in there, right? Maybe that the RHO has that black stripe underneath the bottom section of the truck. Maybe that's something that's mandatory for them. But for TRX, that's optional for us, because they did have it on certain versions of the TRX special editions where you didn't have that black stripe under there. I think for the actual, I think the Havoc version and the Lunar version were the two versions that did not have the black stripe under there, which I'm going like, yeah, I wish that was an option for TRX. I wish there was like maybe a taller tire option, maybe a more advanced suspension system, because I know from talking to people who know suppliers around that area that they were working on a new suspension for the TRX back like a couple of years ago, but it never actually, I guess, went into production or came to fruition. So I'm hoping that there is some kind of change when the TRX actually does get announced. But that's basically it for this video. There's not really much I can go off of just from looking at a photo and a video and stuff. I'm just hoping that there are changes with it. And this right here, I'm thinking just an advanced mule, and I know there are RHO looking mules that are getting made off the assembly line. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Are you guys excited that we finally have TRXs back on the road testing? And do you guys think we're going to see announcements sooner rather than later? Oh yeah, and if you want to check out a video that I just did, I answer all your questions about the TRX, right? I answer your questions about when I think we can announce, when it's coming, what else I answer? What kind of engine's going there? Is it gonna be sold in certain states or not? Because if you live in certain states like California, you may not be able to get a TRX at all, period. And your only option may just have to be only the RHO. And oh yeah, and also announce, hey, I'm hoping what the price is gonna be for the truck. So you can check out this video right here. And until the next time, I am out.